From the CBS Bay Area studios, this is KPIX 5 News.
Now on KPIX 5 and streaming on CBS News Bay Area, get ready for some sweltering temperatures. A coming heat wave could reach dangerous levels and could last for several days. Good afternoon, I'm Amanda Starantino. The National Weather Service has issued an excessive heat watch for the Bay Area and Central Coast for the holiday weekend, but we'll start feeling those rising temps as soon as Thursday. Intense heat will start in Southern California and then make its way up north to us here. So for more on that approaching heat, let's get to First Alert meteorologist Jessica Birch. You've been talking about it all day long.
I really have, and I feel so bad for our inland folks who are going to be experiencing this far more than our friends off in the coast. Mind you, all of our climates, all of our microclimates are going to be experiencing something different with all this high pressure pushing its way in. But no matter what, we're still going to be above average. So that was today's forecast. 60s along the coast, 90s in our inland areas. That excessive heat watch starts Saturday and extends all throughout Labor Day weekend, which is a huge concern for us here in the Bay Area. It really does wrap the whole Bay Area, all of our counties, but our inland areas are where we're keeping a close eye on. 95 to 110 degrees. That's what we're expecting on average just in those areas. Now, as we take a look at daytime highs, like Amanda even mentioned, we're going to start feeling it as early as Thursday. Relative humidity is going to drop too, so you're going to feel it the moment you walk outside. It is going to be dry. It is going to be warm. This is a look at our heat risk today. Compare that to what we're going to be dealing with on Saturday. Like I said, those East Inland Hills, that's our big concern. So we're going to talk more about this coming up in the full forecast in just a little bit. But for now, I'm going to send it right back over to you.
And Bay Area water agencies are joining forces to urge residents to conserve. California is facing a worsening drought outlook, and experts say the time to act is now. One example is a drought-tolerant garden showcased today at Quarry Lakes Park in Fremont. The coming months are times of heaviest water usage, and officials say everyone has a role to play in conserving.
But here's where we need everyone's help. We have to stretch our water supplies while we're building these projects, while we're making the investments to adapt to this climate future. We know that we are making progress building our resilience, but we also know climate change is on the march.
California's Natural Resources Secretary says the state has invested more than $8 billion in regional water projects, and he says the water that people save in their homes can enable agencies to make crucial investments and improvements. California's severe drought has many of the people who grow our food on edge, and that includes a sixth-generation farmer who's looking to the future and wondering about the water. He spoke with KPIX 5's Kenny Choi about how farms are adapting to the climate crisis.
This crop has not had any water. You can see.
Ken Michael and his family have deep roots in the fertile fields of the Central Valley.
I'm extremely humbled and proud to see what the land can produce.
Ken manages the Bowles family company, 11,000 acres of farmland located outside of Los Baños in Merced County. His family has farmed for 6 generations.
We do both organic and conventional crops. We do a lot of tomatoes. We grow carrots, garlic, onions. We do watermelons, cantaloupes, honeydews.
Like most farmers, Ken keeps an eye not only on the weather, but on the water.
All this water here has been used upstream.
His farm is primarily irrigated with river water imported from Northern California. He says every drop counts.
I would say we don't waste water here at all.
Ken and his team have invested millions of dollars in water-saving techniques,
That pump's winding up,
including drip irrigation on 80% of the farmed land. To run the drip systems, the team added clean power, solar panels to offset the electrical demand. 20% of the farm is now planted in wintertime to avoid the summer heat and the highest demand for water. And to reduce evaporation and sequester carbon, the farm makes its own compost from the green waste trucked in from nearby cities and towns.
we have quite a few people employed who actually sift through, since people don't want to do the work themselves.
That said, Cannon remains concerned for his farm, his employees, and for California. The state's water systems are aging, outdated, and in deep trouble.
Infrastructure investments haven't gone along at the same pace of the population growth.
And the climate is warming faster than anticipated.
Keeps you up at night, and you wonder what the future is going to hold and how we're going to continue. It's a scary time.
The dwindling water supplies have forced many farmers to lay off workers and reduce the amount of food they grow. As for Ken Michael, he's trying to conserve as much water as possible.
And that was Kenny Choi reporting this Thursday at 7 p.m. CBS stations across California are joining forces to present Parched, California's climate crisis. Find out why this drought is unlike others, who is getting hit the hardest, and how you can prepare. Students and staff are back at Madison Park Academy in Oakland a day after a shooting near campus injured a 13-year-old student. A heightened security presence was visible while students appeared to be relieved to be returning to class. The Oakland Unified School District says that starting today, there's extra support and security for the students and the rest of the school community. The gunfire occurred about 1:30 p.m. yesterday near the school. Authorities say it happened outside in the open quad area. Students described hearing a loud boom that turned out to be a gunshot. They followed what they had learned during active shooting drills, blocking the doors and staying quiet.
Everybody was scared. We didn't know what to do. So they just told us to go get under our desks, just follow procedures, and we just stayed there until everything started clearing down.
We saw him walk past and we asked him what happened. And it was he was hiding a gun in his backpack, and he ran through the high school gate with a high schooler, and then they ran off somewhere.
Some of the students were just yards away from where the shooting happened. The 13-year-old victim was shot in the torso and is in stable condition. The suspected shooter, a 12-year-old student, is now in custody. Police have yet to establish a motive. Oakland Unified says in a statement, our hearts are with the student who suffered this awful injury and their family. School and district behavioral health and safety staff will be actively providing support to students and staff on Tuesday and beyond. Well, in the South Bay, a woman is facing hate crime charges after police say she attacked a teen wearing a hijab. It happened in downtown Mountain View last month. The 43-year-old woman, Atosa Biglari, allegedly called the 18-year-old a terrorist and said she was heckling her. Biglari faces more than a year in prison if found guilty. The Santa Clara County DA in a statement says, hate has no home in Santa Clara County. We also commend the courage of the two women who quickly stepped forward to assist the victim. President Biden is hitting the road ahead of the midterm elections. He's kicking off his campaign by brainstorming in a state that is seeing pitched battles for the House, Senate, and governor's seat. CBS reporter Natalie Brand has details from Capitol Hill.
President Biden is heading back to Pennsylvania, a state that helped him win the White House. Now he's making a pitch to voters ahead of the midterms.
Pennsylvania is close and dear to his heart, and he is glad to be traveling there these next couple of trips.
Wilkes-Barre is the first of 3 Keystone State stops scheduled in the next week. This afternoon, he will focus on reducing gun crime, touting the bipartisan law passed earlier this summer, and making the case to go much further.
I'm determined to ban assault weapons in this country.
The White House says the president will deliver a primetime speech in Philadelphia on Thursday, taking aim at what he calls Republicans' extreme agenda. While new CBS News polling shows President Biden's approval rating up slightly at 45%, Republicans are focusing their midterm pitch on his performance and the economy.
If the American people decide they want to go in a different direction this fall, I can assure you that a Republican House and Senate, or House or Senate, will not be interested in passing any more of these mass spending bills, which have created the calamity that we find ourselves in.
The latest CBS News Battleground tracker indicates the GOP will likely gain control of the House. But with 69 days until Election Day, the trend lines show narrow gains instead of a wave. Analysts say the currently evenly divided Senate could swing either way. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
President Biden will head back to Pennsylvania on Labor Day, including for a parade in Pittsburgh. He'll also visit Wisconsin and Ohio that same day.